video we are going to solve some problem based on linear transformation. So here in this video we are going to solve two problems based on whether the mapping is a linear transformation, whether it can be called as linear transformation or not. So let us take the first problem. So before that we need to see the condition in order to satisfy to be linear transformation. So t of alpha plus t of beta should be equal to t of alpha plus t of alpha plus beta. This is the first condition you need to satisfy. The second one is t of c1 alpha should be equal to c1 into t of alpha. It's just taking the c1 outside, that's it. So two conditions are there in order to call a given mapping as linear transformation. So let us see this problem. So we need to check whether if t from R3 to R2, okay, elements will be 3 over here, here it is 2. So t of x comma y comma z is equal to x minus y comma x minus z. 2 elements, 3 elements. Now we'll consider the first step is that we need to do the first condition, verify the first condition whether LHS equal to RHS. So let us assume that alpha and beta we have to take. So let alpha be whatever is there in t that you have to take. Okay, so x1, y1, z1, which will be belonging to this part from where you are going to map. Okay, v3 r. Now t of alpha, what is t of alpha? Alpha is this, then what will be t of alpha? Just replace x, y, z with x1, y1, z1. You will get it as x1 minus y1 comma x1 minus z1. This is the thing. Next one, we'll take beta as x2, y2, z2, which will be belonging to the same mapping. That means same field from where you are going to map. Then we have to take t of alpha plus t of beta, so I have to just add both the things. So t of alpha plus t of beta you need to do, so add both this. Okay, t of beta is the same thing, just replace with x2, y2 and z2 over here. Now t of alpha plus beta will give me this answer. How to add? x1 minus y1 plus x2 minus y2, then x1 minus z1 plus x2 minus z2. This is how you have to add. Now after adding we have to just simplify now this one. So let it be here, this will be equation, we can say the LHS part that we have over here. This is the LHS part. Now we have to look into the RHS part. So first we need to calculate alpha plus beta, then t of alpha plus beta. So what is alpha plus beta over here? Alpha and beta, what is there? Alpha is there, beta is there. How to add this? x1 plus x2, y1 plus y2, z1 plus z2. Okay, then t of alpha plus beta we have to take. Always remember whatever is there, this part, this I'll assume it as x, this y, this z. We have to just replace x comma y comma z over here. That means x you have to take it as x plus 2, y you have to take it as y1 plus x1 plus x2, then y you have to take it as y1 plus y2, z you have to take it as z1 plus z2. That's it. So observe here, observe this and this. T of alpha plus beta will be x, this part x will be x1 plus x2 minus y will be y1 plus y2 comma x will be x1 plus x2 minus z will be z1 plus z2. Now we need to simplify this. Just open the bracket. So x1 plus x2 minus y1 minus y2 comma x1 plus x2 minus z1 minus z2. So taking x1 and y1 together in order to see that, see over here, this is t of alpha plus t of beta, which is nothing but the LHS part. So you can see x1 and y1 are together, so I have taken x1 and y1 together, minus sign is over here, plus x2 and y2 comma x1, just rearranging the terms so that you can see over here t of alpha plus beta, t of alpha plus t of beta will be same as t of alpha plus beta. So you can observe here t of alpha plus beta is same as, is equal to t of alpha plus t of beta. Just observe these two. Okay, satisfied, we got that we have verified the first condition, so we need to verify the second condition also. it is not necessary, but still we'll verify that. So alpha we have, so we have to prove that T of C1 alpha is equal to C1 into T of alpha. Okay, so alpha we have x1 y1 z1. Then what is C1 alpha? Just multiply with C1 x1 comma C1 y1 comma C1 z1. Then T of C1 alpha we need to take. So we have the question, T of x comma y comma z is x minus y1 x minus y comma x minus z. Okay, this is the question. So C1 alpha, T of C1 alpha will be whatever is there, this part, this is x, this is y, and this is z. Okay, this is x, this is y, this is z. So just replace over here, substitute this part. So C1 x1 minus C1 y1, see over here, x minus y, so C1 x1 minus C1 y1 comma C1 x1 minus C1 z1. Then C1 I can take it outside, so you will get it as C x1 minus y1 comma x1 minus z1, which is nothing but T of alpha. Correct? T of alpha, you can observe it is same as this part. So we got it, T of C1 alpha, which is equal to C1 into T of alpha. Therefore we can say that T, whatever is there, that is nothing but we can call it as linear transformation. Okay, so we'll take one more problem. So here we need to check again the same thing, whether the condition is satisfied or not, whether it is T is linear or not. T is from R square to R square. Okay, it's the same thing, V3 2 V3 V2, it's the same thing. Okay, now T of x comma y equal to xy minus x. This is a given thing. So we'll assume the first step is that we have to assume alpha, then beta. So alpha I am assumed that's x1 y1, which belongs to R square. So T of alpha will be x1 y1 comma x1. Beta same as this. T of beta will be x2 y2 comma x2. Now I need to take T of alpha plus T of beta. So T of alpha, adding both this, I'll get it as x1 y1 plus x2 y2 comma x1 plus x2. Now I need to take the RHS part. RHS we have alpha plus beta I need to take first. So alpha is x1 y1, beta is x2 y2, x2 comma y2. Add both this. x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2 will be alpha plus beta. T of alpha plus beta, just put this as x and this part as y, this as x and y, and just substitute over here x and y. I have to take it as x1 plus x2 will be x, y1 plus y2 will be y. So in place of x I have to place x1 plus x2, into y will be y1 plus y2 comma x will be x1 plus x2. Okay, now just simplifying this, just multiplication, expand the bracket, x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus x2 y1 plus x2 y2 comma x1 plus x2. So you can observe that T of alpha plus beta is not same as this. This is the LHS part, this is the RHS part. You can observe, even if I simplify this again and again, I won't be getting this part. So I can say that whatever the T with T of alpha plus beta is not equal to T of alpha plus T of beta. Therefore we can say the given T, whatever is there, I cannot call it as linear transformation. So no need to check for the second condition, it is not necessary, as I said.